Well. Hello, everyone. Hello, good morning. Is it morning still? Oh, yeah, it's morning still. Hello, everyone. Let me make sure everything is working. How's everybody doing? How is everyone doing? Come on in the room. How is everyone doing? All right, let me just share this link and wait for y'all to get in here. I haven't seen y'all in a while. Goodness. I haven't been on here in a while. All right, let me share the link. I got some stuff to talk to y'all about. And I'm gonna wait until some people come on in here. If you're already in here, just say good morning, man. Come on, and while you're while you're coming in, hit the like button. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Every time you come in here, just say hello and hit the like button. Come on now, y'all. Y'all a family. Okay, y'all a family. When you go into somebody's house, what do? You say hello. You say good morning, afternoon, good evening, right? Come on now. We're family up in here. Hey, hey, brother Tony. Hey, sister LaShonda. Sister Gina, girl. Tanya. All right now. Okay. Hey, y'all. All right. Come on in. Come on in. Okay, so, I have some things that I want to talk about this morning. Some of us might be aware of these things and some of us might not. Okay, I don't know what y'all know. All right. Next week, hopefully, most I willing, if we're all still here, right? I'm going to be bringing someone on this channel. This is a medical person that I'm going to be bringing on here next week, and I'm going to be interviewing this person on this channel here. So we can get a better look of what's really going on the inside of these hospitals, okay? Because we're being told one thing on the news, but there's something else going on in these hospitals that we don't know. A lot of people don't know what's going on. I have quite a few friends in high places. I used to work in a major city hospital. So I have a lot of friends that still work in these hospitals, and so I'm hopefully I'll be having somebody on here next week, and the person will be going into details about some things that she is witnessing in these hospitals that she's working in. I don't think I will show her face because I'm not trying to jeopardize anyone's livelihood. Okay, this is how she's able to put food on her table. So I don't think I will be showing, you know, her face, but I'll be talking to her. All right. Um, okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello. All right. Shalom. Um, all right. So I'm just gonna wing it this morning. I'm just gonna wing it. All right. I didn't. This is just kind of like a random live stream that I'm doing. I don't have a specific topic, so I'm just gonna just wing it. Um, Yeah, hopefully I'm able to hide her voice as well. We're definitely not going to show her face because we don't want our people. We have a lot of we hear people say, oh, we need to come out of their police force or whatever. But sometimes we need a lot of our people in these places so they can tell us what's really going on the inside. Okay. And that's, people don't realize that's how organization get infiltrated. You know what I mean? You have someone on the inside that tells you what's going on, because you don't know what's going on because you're on the outside. So, we need our people in places so we're able to know what's going on the inside. You know what I mean? All right. So hopefully, I'm able to get the sister on, and she's going to be telling us some stuff, what's going on the inside. Um, Now, we have heard recently. I'm trying to see where I can begin with this here. Okay. I'm trying to see where I can begin. Let me see if I can begin here. All right. Someone sent me something, and I'm going to read it because we have heard that the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, right, has sent out memo and bulletin to all the hospitals across the United States, pretty much telling the hospitals that they don't have to test patient for this virus. You just simply have to assume, the doctors simply just have to assume that the patient um, has the virus, and that's what they're going to mark on the patient's you know, if the patient happens to die, that's what's going to go on their death certificate, and so on and so forth, right? Just assumption. So if I pick somebody out of the crowd and say, "Hey, I think you have HIV," that's pretty much what they're doing right now. I think you have the coronavirus. I think you have HIV. I think you have this. I think no test, no nothing, just plain assumption, right? So a sister sent this to me. Now, this is not some hearsay and far away, fairy tale. This is a document that was sent to me personally by a very good friend of mine who's she works with someone at her job in the medical field, and that individual's husband uh, felt ill and went to the doctor to get checked up, right? And so this is the patient's information that was forwarded to me. And so I'm going to read a little bit of it to you guys, okay? So you guys can have a full understanding of what really going on out here. This is somebody listen, let me just read this to y'all. Okay, so it says here, after visit summary. So this is just the summary after the person visit the hospital, and the emergency room printed out this and give it to the patient, just so the patient know what's going on with them, right? Okay, so it says here, you are being diagnosed with presumed COVID-19. Should I go any further? Should I go any further? It says you are being diagnosed with, now, hold on. Let me look up the word presume. Let me give you guys a full understanding of what we're dealing with here, okay? Let's look up the word presume for a second, okay? Let's look up the word presume for a second. All right, hold on. Let me just share my screen here so y'all don't think I'm crazy, okay? We're going to look up the word presume here for a minute. All right? Okay, so it says you are being diagnosed with presumed COVID-19. Now, what does the word presume mean? Okay, presume, according to the dictionary on Google here, right? It says, suppose that something is the case on the basis of probability. 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 Okay? Okay. Okay, you know what? Let me go back to my screen. Let me go back to my screen. Let me go back to my screen. I'm gonna finish reading it. So y'all see what presume mean, right? On the basis of probably. So you probably have COVID-19. We're presuming that you have it. We're assuming that you have it. We don't know. We don't know what the hell you have, but that's what we're just presuming and assuming and making assumption that you have it, and that's what you have, right? So this is a patient's discharge paper from the emergency room here. It says you are being diagnosed with presumed COVID-19 based on your CT scan today, right? Now, listen, a swab is not necessary at this time. So what they're telling him is that a test for the virus is not even necessary. We just presume that you have it and you have it. That's it. Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So your blood work was normal other than low platelets, right? Now, low platelets can be a cause for anything. Okay. Anybody can have low platelets, right? Okay. All right. Which is a common side effect of a viral. Okay, let me read that over again. It says your blood work was normal other than low platelets, which is a common side effect of a viral illness. Then they add there, such as the coronavirus, right? So this man could have had any viral illness. He could have caught a stomach virus. He could have had the common cold. Okay, it could have been pneumonia. It could have been anything. It says low platelet is a cause, is a side effect of any viral illness. But what did they do? They presumed that he had the COVID-19 and they diagnosed him with it. That's what they did. That's what they did. And that's it. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're doing right now. That's what's going on right now, right? So I'm here to tell you guys something. I'm here to tell you guys something. For those of you so-called Black folks, right, who every time you have a little headache, every time you have a little cough, every time you have a little something going on in the back of your throat, your little sore throat or whatever, run to the hospital, right? And so what's happening to you guys who do this all the time, right? Every time you're just running to the hospital, right? What's happening to you guys when you do this? You go to the hospital and you are being placed in the same area where people that have been diagnosed with COVID-19 are. That's where they're putting you, right? And when they come to do whatever it is that they're doing with you, right? They tell you, oh, you have the virus, right? You have the virus. They don't have to test you. They don't. They just tell you have the virus. And now they tell you to go home and quarantine yourself, right? Now, if they do test you, that's another story, which I'm going to get into in a minute, right? And so here's a question that I would like to ask. Here's a question I would like to ask, right? Let me go back down here. Here's a question I like to ask. So let's just say your grandmama, your mama, your husband, or anybody in your family, even you, right? You haven't been taking care of yourself. Nobody's been taking care of themselves, right? And you're having a stroke, or you're having a heart attack, or your blood pressure is elevated, right? You're having blurred vision because that sometimes people when their blood pressure is elevated too high, right? The vision begins to get blurry and a whole lot of other symptoms, right? So now you go to the hospital because you're having a spike in your blood pressure, right? You're having a stroke or a heart attack, right? And there you are, you're going to seek medical help, right? And what do they tell you? Oh, these are symptoms of COVID-19, right? So instead of treating you for this or checking you out to make sure that this person is not dying from a heart attack or a stroke or elevated blood pressure, they tell you you have COVID-19, right? Go over there. You have COVID-19, right? With no tests at all. Or what they're doing is, yeah, you're okay. They send you back home. Okay? They send you back home. Go quarantine yourself for 2 weeks. Meanwhile, you're home going through a stroke or a heart attack, and then you die, right? You didn't die from COVID-19. You might die from a stroke because that's what you were having, a stroke. Or you might have died from a heart attack because that's what you were suffering from, a heart attack, right? Or maybe you died from an elevated blood pressure issue or some other underlying problem that you're having, right? And they sent you home and said quarantine yourself. Meanwhile, you're home suffering from a goddamn heart attack, right? And then when you die at home and you go back to the hospital, they say, oh, She died from the COVID-19. And so that's what's going on in these hospitals. Okay. And then another thing. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, first of all, let me say this. What I'm trying to tell you guys is this, okay? Stop being scared, for God's sake. Stop being scared. What are you running to the hospital for? You have a little sore throat and you're running to the hospital. For what? What are you going to the hospital for? Then you go to the hospital and then listen, let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here, okay? I'm going to share my screen again because y'all are not paying attention. Y'all are not listening here. Nobody's listening, okay? Look at this here. Can you guys see my screen? Coronavirus testing kits headed to the UK found to be contaminated with the coronavirus. Okay, let me read that again. Coronavirus testing kits have been found to be contaminated with coronavirus. Let me go down here and read it, okay? Testing kits which were headed to the UK have been found to be contaminated with coronavirus. Now, if you guys think that this is only happening in the UK or whatever, you have something else coming to you, okay? Okay, now they said the UK, but we don't know. Listen, as far as we know, our people are being infected with this virus through these testing kits, okay? Okay, let me go back again. The government said that it is aimed to, okay, you know what? Let me, where is this here? This is from MSN News, okay? I'm not going to read the article. You guys can go there and it's right there. MSN News, okay? Just go to Google, coronavirus testing kit head into the UK found to be contaminated. I'm not even going to go into the article, all right? I'm not, okay? But, so here's another problem that we're having, okay? Are people going into these hospitals for no reason at all sometimes, right? And are ending up dying from so-called coronavirus. So they're being given the virus. They're being given the virus. China is the one that are making these so-called testing kits. Yes. So here you have a country who created a virus, and it's the same country that is creating something to protect you from the virus. Does that make sense to anybody? Can somebody help me understand this, please? So China created a virus, right? And then that same China is now the one, because China is the #1 producer of medical supplies for the world. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that China produce 90% of medical supplies, medication and everything else? All these masks and all this stuff that you see, ventilators, they're all coming from China. The testing kits, they're all coming from China. So now ask yourself this question. Why on earth would a country that created a virus to kill people, right? Why would they now turn around to create something to protect you from that same virus? Do y'all see where I'm going with that? Do y'all see where I'm going with that? What? So the testing kits clearly have the virus in it, and that's what the news says. MSN News. That's not some underground website. That's a legitimate website, and they're telling us that the testing kits are contaminated with the virus. Okay, that's what they're saying. All right, and you better watch these masks that you're putting on. You better watch those masks that they're giving to the nurses and doctors in the hospital. Okay, you better watch them. All right. You better watch them, because China is the one that's producing these things. So they gave you a virus, and then they're giving you something to help you stop the spread of the virus, which is the so-called testing kits and the mask. And now we're finding out that the goddamn virus is in these things. Okay. Okay. Listen to me carefully. Stop going to the hospitals. Come on to the hospital. There was one sister, she made a video. I can't find the video. I don't know where it is. Okay. She made a video. She was, when you have a cold and sometimes, you can't, you lost your sense of taste and smell. Okay, that's normal with a upper respiratory infection, right? Why does this sister go to the hospital for what? And now she was diagnosed with COVID-19. They didn't test her, right? They didn't do anything. They just tell her you have COVID-19. Well, why did she go to the hospital? Stay out of the hospitals, for God's sake. How long? Like, how long have I been telling y'all to take care of your health, man? You have a little cough, a little sniffles, a little sore throat. What are you running to the hospital for? At this point in the game, I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to y'all. Listen, listen. At this point in the game, right? At this point in the game, if you're suffering from a little cough and a little sniffles and a little sore throat, if you don't know what to do by now, if you don't know what to do to take care of yourself, if the only thing that comes to your mind is to get up and go to the hospital in this time, in this day and age, then you really need to sit back and you should be ashamed of yourself. I ain't even joking. You should be ashamed of yourself. If you are sitting here watching this live right now, right? And you have a little sniffle, you're coughing, you're sneezing, you're whatever, you sore throat, you lost your sense of smell or whatever, and you start panicking and rushing to the hospital, and you don't know what else to do, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be. As a grown woman, as a grown man, if you don't know what to do, when with a little sniffles and a little coughing and a little this and a little that, if the only option you can find is to run to the hospital, the emergency room, then you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Ashamed of yourself, especially if you're raising children. Because not only are you putting yourself in danger, you're putting your children in danger. Okay? I'm a little upset with my people. I really am. I am. I am. I am. So here's what's going on. Someone told me what's going on in these emergency rooms and these hospitals up on the units now is the Black people are being neglected there. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys one story that I've heard. Um, and hopefully I'll have somebody on here to tell the full story of what's really going on because I'm not in the hospital. So number one, right? Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure I'm giving you the full story, right? Okay. So if you are a nurse or if you're in the medical field and you understand what a coding is, right? When a patient is coding, right? Okay, so that's when the patient is going into cardiac arrest and there's a certain procedure that the doctors has to follow to bring that person back to life, right? Um, so normally when you're coding a patient, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's supposed to be about 15 to 20 minutes, anywhere between 12 and 20 minutes, I believe, right? Does anybody work in the medical field here? Put one in the chat if you can correct me if I'm wrong. When the patient is being coded, um, the doctors, usually take anywhere between 12 to 20 minutes to get that patient back breathing again. So from what I'm hearing now is that they're only doing it for 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, they allow the patient to die. They're not even trying to save the patient alive anymore. So it doesn't matter if the person is dying from COVID-19 or a heart attack or whatever is going on with the patient. The doctors in the hospital now are allowing the patients to die. They're not even bringing them back. Okay, they're not bringing them back. So what I'm trying to say is you're supposed to do something as a doctor to make sure that that patient is being brought back, is being brought back to life or stay alive. And they're not doing anything. They're just allowing the patients to die. And this is happening to a lot of Black folks in the hospital. The one sister told me that, do you know how they say that now they're saying that Black people are dying at a higher rate from this virus, right? Not true. Not true at all. Not true. Okay? Not true. Black people are not dying at a higher rate from this virus. What's happening? So you're saying, Sister Tamika, it should go for 20 minutes, right? Okay. Okay. Well, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Well, now they're only doing it for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you're done. They move on to somebody else, right? So that's what's happening. So this thing here about Black folks dying at a high rate from the virus, don't listen to everything that these people say. It's all a lie, okay? What they are doing is that Black people are going into the hospital because they are suffering from their diabetes, they're suffering from this and that, right? And when they're going into hospital for these little illnesses, they are being told that they have the virus and they're being neglected in the hospital. And because of the neglect, they're ending up dying and they are being labeled a coronavirus patient. That's what's going on in the hospitals, okay? So I've seen so many Black folks. I've gone to so many threads. I've gone into so many videos after videos and thread after thread, and I see Black people falling for the lie, talking about, oh, that's because we don't have any health care, we don't have this, that, and the third, and they actually believe what the white man is telling us. It's a lie. It's a lie. The Black people are being labeled coronavirus patient if they have diabetes, if they have a heart attack, if they have a stroke, if they have any illness that's not even associated with this virus. Whenever they go to the hospital, they're labeled a COVID-19 patient. That's what's happening. And so if that patient happened to die, now they're labeled a coronavirus patient, and that's what's going on their birth certificate. That's what's happening in these hospitals, and we have to stop listening to the lies that are being told to us. Okay? Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Here's another thing that I want to warn you guys about. I'm going to share my screen here, okay? I'm going to share my screen. I want to tell you guys about this. FBI warned white supremacists encouraging members to spread coronavirus to law enforcement Jews. You notice here that they don't say Black folks. Now, we all know that white supremacists hate Black people, right? But now this is the FBI warning their own people and the Jewish community, right? But they're not warning Black people. And we all know that Black people are the number one target for these people who are walking around in hoodies, right? Now, let me say this, right? I just want to show this to you guys. FBI warns white supremacists encouraging members to spread coronavirus to law enforcement and Jewish people, right? Now, the FBI is warning their own people. Oh, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, that is so disrespectful. Okay. All right. Let me go back here. So they're warning their own people and they're warning the Jewish community. But notice that they didn't say Black people. They didn't warn us, right? Because they don't give a damn, right? But we all know that Black people are the number one target for the so-called white supremacists in this country, right? And so when some of us think about white supremacy, right, the only thing that we think about is some hillbilly up in the mountains somewhere, right? Out somewhere out in the outskirt of Arizona in their little trailer park. That's what comes to a lot of people's head when we think about white supremacists and hoodies, right? But y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. Your local white supremacist works in your local supermarket. They work in your local restaurant. They're serving you food. Okay. They are your local judges. They are your local fireman. They are your local police officers. Okay, they are your local, pay attention, doctors in these hospitals and nurses. Okay, they are your local medical professionals in these hospitals. Okay, so when you go to these hospitals as a Black person and you are being neglected and you are being injected with something and you are being given something in these hospitals that is killing you, understand that what the FBI is warning their own people about, right, and not warning us, is the fact that they have white supremacists in these medical facilities, the hospital, that are doing their job, at killing us. That's what the FBI is talking about. They're just not saying it. They're not saying it. They're not saying it. So your people, when they go to the hospitals and they're being injected with something, they're being tested with contaminated testing kits, right? There goes your local white supremacist right there in the emergency room. Open your eyes, people. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Your coworker. Don't take anything from anybody. Don't eat anything from anybody. Don't accept any food from anybody. Okay, somebody want to come to your door and offer you food and tissue and this, that, and the third. Some white person or anybody show up at your door talking about they're being nice and they're being neighborly and they're offering you tissues and masks and gloves and whatever. You don't know what the hell is on there. Okay, don't accept anything from anyone and stay out of these hospitals if you're not sick. Because having a sore throat and a cough is not sickness, okay? Stay home and take care of it, for God's sake. Stay home and take care of it. Stay out of these hospitals. A lot of our people are not coming out alive. They're not. Take your children out of these hospitals, man. Your little girl is coughing, your little boy is throwing up, whatever. You don't know what's wrong with him. I understand that, okay? But if you haven't even tried to help him first without taking him to the hospital and further exposing your children to this madness that's going on in the hospital. What's not true? What's not true, Lance? Can you explain to us what's not true? What am I saying that's not true? Let's hear what Lance has to say. Let Lance tell us what I'm saying that's not true. A couple of days ago, last week, there was a police officer, a white police officer, who I think it was somewhere down there in Baltimore somewhere, who walked up into some type of project area and was just coughing on people as he walked by, just coughing. You know what I mean? And thought it was funny. He just thought it was funny, just coughing on people. Some white police officer sitting there, just walking by in the project where a whole bunch of Black people was, and just coughing on people, right? So that's what's happening. So once again, when you hear that, white supremacists is going to be spreading the coronavirus to people, understand that it's your local person that work in your local supermarket. Okay. Yes. I'm encouraging you guys. Let me tell you something, right? I'm encouraging you. If you live in a Black neighborhood and you can go to a white neighborhood, go buy your grocery, go ahead. Because if your Black neighborhood supermarket has white people working in there, be careful. Be careful. If you live in a Black neighborhood and there's white workers working around your groceries, your fresh produce, just be careful. Okay. Okay. You don't even know what else they're doing with your food. All right. I'm very careful in where I go to buy my grocery. Very careful, because you have people who hate us. And they will go above and beyond to see us gone. We're not going nowhere. We're not going anywhere. But I tell you what, there are wicked people in places, and you need to watch those people. Okay, your local, your doctor. Okay, the doctor that you, if you're in the hospital working, if you're a nurse, if you're a black nurse or a black person working in the hospital, pay close attention to your white doctors. Pay close attention to the white person next to you that are taking care of the patient. There was this one elderly black woman in the hospital, right? She came into the hospital. Now, this is what somebody who works in the hospital is telling me here, okay? She's an elderly black woman. She was taken from the nursing home because she has dementia, I believe, or in some type of other, I believe, diabetes or something, right? And this poor woman was taken to the hospital. And what do they do with this poor woman? This is a woman that is suffering from dementia and a little bit of diabetes or something, right? They put this poor woman on the unit where all the patient with the coronavirus is. That's where they put her. Now, she doesn't have coronavirus, but they put her there. That's where they put her, along with the rest of the corona patient. They put her there. And now I'm being told that this poor woman is being neglected. The doctors don't go into her room. Nobody goes into her room. Nobody does, right? Now, the one nurse is telling me that, she tried to try to help this poor lady, but she's being neglected in the hospital. She's being neglected. And she was placed in a room with patient that was diagnosed with the coronavirus. And this woman doesn't have the virus. And she's the only black patient on the unit, right? Oh, and another thing. Now I'm being told that in New York City, majority of the patients that are coming down with the virus in New York City and some of these hospitals are the Jewish people, but they're not telling us that. Now, I was told this from somebody on the inside. Yes, those Jewish people that y'all see in Brooklyn there, I'm hearing that a lot of them are in the hospital suffering from this virus. A lot of them, more so than us. But you'll never see that on the news. Never. Right? So don't listen to the propaganda. Don't listen to the propaganda. We are being our elderly. Listen, if you have elderlies in the hospital, please, for God's sake, man, in these nursing homes, go check up on your elderly. Please, for God's sake, man, go check up on them. They are being mistreated and neglected in these hospitals. They are being put into rooms that people who are suffering from the virus, they're being placed and they're being neglected. Wow, you said they're putting people in coma on purpose. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just reading some of y'all comments. Just reading some of y'all comments, guys. Okay. I didn't, I'm just pretty much winging it. I didn't really have anything specific to talk about today. I'm just kind of winging it. But just wanted to let y'all know what's really going on behind the scene at a lot of these nursing homes and hospitals. Your elderlies are being neglected there, okay? And there's this one black woman. I'm gonna read this article for you guys. There's a black woman, okay? Hold on, let me read the article for you guys. Black women have long faced racism in healthcare. COVID-19 is only amplifying it. Okay, so it says here a Brooklyn teacher tried 3 times to get treated for the coronavirus. Now, See, she don't know if she had the virus. She's just assuming that she had the virus. Okay. But now they're saying she's fighting for her life. Okay. Um, they said by the time Rana Zoe called 911 on March 19th, she could hardly breathe. The 30-year-old social study teacher had been at home in Brooklyn, sick with a fever, cough, and shortness of breath for nearly a week. Okay. Days earlier, she had gone to urgent care, worried that she had sign of coronavirus. So she is pretty much diagnosing herself without, knowing that she had the virus. You see, that's a mistake that a lot of our people are making. Just because you're having respiratory problem doesn't mean you have coronavirus, for God's sake, man. Okay. But she said that the clinic was short on tests and treated her for an asthma attack instead. Okay. So now, her condition worsened, and because she was too weak to take the subway to the nearest hospital, she called 911. When the ambulance arrived, the EMT was convinced it was a panic attack. One of them sat with the lady, who is Black, and asked her a question to help her calm her down. When he asked her about her long-term dream and goal, she replied, "My goal is not to die today." Okay. The EMT left her to head to their next call. So she said she was still determined to get help. She found her way to the emergency room at Brookdale Hospital. She was placed in an area with people who had tested positive for the coronavirus. See, now at this point, she still have not even been tested, but they place her with people who have been tested for the virus. Do you see what's going on here, guys? Do you see what's going on here? Okay. Doctor says her lungs sound clear. Okay. She's terrified she would contract the virus. If she went home, right? So she didn't even know she had the virus, but she already put herself in a compromising position thinking that she had the virus. She went to the hospital. They put her in a room with people who have already been tested for the virus. She said less than 24 hours later, she was on a ventilator fighting for her life in that same hospital. She said the attending physician told her that her sister was the sickest patient. Okay, so they're talking to her sister, and they told the sister that the lady was the sickest patient that they had. Okay, so I'm not gonna go any further with this. All right, not gonna go any further with that. But do you see the mistake that our people are making and putting themselves in harm's way? In harm's way. What's going on is that Black men and Black women across America are panicking every time they get a little cough and a little flu symptoms. They panic and they rush to the hospital, and then they're put in places with people that have been diagnosed with this virus, right? And now they have exposed themselves to a virus that they didn't even know they had. She herself assumed that she had a virus that she hadn't even been tested for, but she assumed that she did simply because she's been coughing and feeling weak and dizzy. How many of us in the past have felt weak, coughing, a little dizzy here and there, and we just have a little bit of upper respiratory condition, right? And we stay home and we took care of it. How many of us? Why are we assuming all of a sudden that we have this virus and putting ourselves in harm's way, man? There you go, brother. A lack of wisdom, a lack of knowledge. The scripture said it. A lack of knowledge is what is killing our people. Stay out of these hospitals. Stay out of the hospitals, for God's sake. I can't say that enough. Stop going to the hospital, man. When has a little cough, a little cold, a little sneezing, a little sniffle, a little sore throat, when is that cause for you to rush yourself to the emergency room? For what? All right. Okay. I'm not going to stay on here for too long. All right. While I'm here, I'm going to answer some just a couple of questions. Shalom, 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 brother Tony. Um, a lot of people have questions about this, and I'm going to answer the question today. All right, because so many people have been in my inbox, the email, WhatsApp, all over the place asking me in the group. So this right here, a lot of you guys have purchased this from me. Okay, some of you guys, you're familiar with this, right? Because some of you guys have purchased this from me. Okay, a lot of you guys want to know how to take it. The instruction on how to take this is right there underneath this on the website. It's right there. I have put the instruction right underneath the product on the website. Okay. All you got to do is just scroll down. When you click on this, scroll down right underneath it. It's going to tell you what's in it and how to take it. Okay, I'm hoping I'm answering your question, because there's so many inboxes like, sis, how do I take it? How do I take it? It's like right there. It's right underneath. You know what? Let me go to the website. Let me go to the website. Let me go to the website. Let's go to the website. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Hopefully, I'm able to answer your question today. Okay, so here's a website, right? I'm going to scroll down, click on it. There we go. Right? There it is. And when you scroll down here, it says direction, right? See what it says there? Right on the side, direction, and it tells you how to take it, right? And if you go further down here, it also shows you how to take it, all right? Right down here. So there's two places that I have created and tell you guys how to take this, okay? Number one, if you have never cleansed the body, you need to do a little cleanse before you start taking this, okay? And three to four shot glass. Okay, you guys know what a shot glass is, right? When you go to the bar and you take a little shot, right? Okay, you can find shot glasses at your local dollar store. Okay, there's a little shot glass. They come in plastic. Just buy a pack of those for $1. All right, one shot glass of this 3 to 4 times a day. That's the instruction. All right, and make sure if you're taking something like this, that you're not on any drugs, okay? Any prescribed drugs. If you're on any type of drugs, you might want to consult with your medical professional, okay? Because these are herbs and they're very strong herbs in here, okay? You cannot mix this with your diabetic medication and your heart medication, all this stuff, okay? All right, so I'm telling you guys right now, if you're on drugs, don't get this. Don't get any herbs at all if you're on drugs. You shouldn't be taking herbs and drugs. Okay, they don't go together. You're taking one natural healing properties and one unnatural healing properties. You can't mix the two together. Okay, all right. For God's sake, if you're home, the path to righteousness, shalom, name of website. Okay, let me, you know what, let me I'm gonna put the link to the website in the chat, okay? Put the link to the website in the chat. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Here we go. Hopefully it goes in there. Let me see. Here we go. The name of the website is Root Botanicals. That's the name of the website, all right? And I just dropped the link into the comment there. Hit the like button, guys. Did y'all hit the like button? A little bit of like button. Just, I mean, a little bit of like. That's all I'm asking. Just hit that little like button. Now, how many of you guys have this in your home? Can y'all put 1 in the chat if you have this in your home right now? Seriously, this right here. Y'all see what that is? Put 1 in the chat if you have that in your home. Please, please, seriously. I just want to see something. Put 1 in the chat if you have that in the home. This right here. Just put one in the chat, please. Okay. Okay. How many of you guys have this in the home? Put one in the chat if you have this in the home. So y'all got this in the home, right? Okay. Okay. What about this? What about this right here? Anybody got this in the home? Y'all know what this is, right? Okay. Y'all got that in the home, right? Good. So what about this? That's a lemon. Okay. All right. What about this? Some oranges, right? You can still find these things in the fresh produce aisle at the store, right? So these are basic things that every Black person, no matter what you subscribe to, should have in your home. And what's GMO, apostle for Yahweh? What's GMO? What are you talking about? These? Let me tell you something, brother. I was born and raised on a farm. Okay, I know my plant foods. Okay, nothing I have here is GMO. These oranges are filled with seeds. Okay, I could teach you a thing or two about oranges. Okay, these oranges are filled with seeds. Okay, these lemons, although I don't really use lemon, I'm not really, I prefer lime. Okay, but these also have seeds in them. Okay, I have a bag of key limes downstairs and I forgot. But the reason I'm showing the lemon is because I know a lot of people don't have access to the key limes. Okay, so I'm pretty much just trying to help you out with what you have available to you. Okay, I have key limes, but a lot of people don't. All right, so nothing I have here is seedless. All right, I used to grow oranges. I used to farm them, harvest them. I know what real oranges are. All right, but anyway, if you don't have these simple, basic things in your home, for God's sake, you should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm saying it. If you're a grown Black person and you have a husband, woman, I'm talking to you. If you're a grown Black man, right? You have family, children, and wife, and you don't have these simple things in your home to take care of your family when they're sick. These are some of the most basic things that you can use when you are coming down with a respiratory condition. Okay, that's why I'm showing them to you guys. All right, that's why I'm showing them to you guys. These are the basic, and every household should have these things because they're going to help you with respiratory. If your child is having a respiratory condition, these two things right here with a little bit of raw honey, give it to the child multiple times a day throughout the day. Okay, every hour, give them a teaspoon, blend it up, right? Garlic, ginger, right? Throw it in the blender, blend it up, grab a strainer, strain it, right? Add a little bit of honey to it, okay? And give it to the child throughout the day, multiple times a day. Just give them a teaspoon every hour. Just keep giving it to them. Okay, you can't just give it to them one in the morning and that's it and expect them to get better. You got to constantly give it to them. Okay, give them some herbs. Okay, if you have a little bit of lemongrass in the house, even some peppermint or something, whatever you can find, grab it. Okay, and give it to the child. Take your children out of these hospitals, man. Stop taking them to the hospitals. These are things that you can do at home. Listen, a few weeks ago, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I came on here, right? And I showed this to you guys, right? I showed this to you guys. And a lot of our people are suffering from asthma. Asthma, right? And the problem is when you're getting an asthma attack, you run to the emergency room. And when you go to the emergency room, you are being put with people who have been diagnosed with the COVID-19 virus, right? And now you have put yourself at risk to getting the virus, right? How many times on this channel have I provided a solution to asthma? I used to have asthma years ago. I don't have it. I don't have it because asthma is a choice. I'm going to say that again for those of you in the back. Having asthma is a choice at this point. Yes, it's a choice because asthma is triggered by inflammation. Let me break it down for y'all. Let me break it down for y'all now. Okay. Asthma is a condition that is triggered by inflammation. Asthma is an allergy. It is. Let me just say that first. Asthma is an allergy and it is triggered by inflammation. Okay. Now, what caused inflammation? Let me break it down for y'all. What caused inflammation? Inflammation is a result of too much mucus in the body. Too much mucus in the body. Mucus is what caused inflammation. Okay. So now, what caused mucus? What caused mucus? Well, let me break it down for you. Now, if you are around a lot of chemicals, if you're breathing in chemicals all the time, okay, that can cause the body to produce excessive amount of mucus. Okay. Let me break it down. Let me break it down for y'all. So if you work anywhere where there's a lot of chemicals and you're breathing it in, okay, you're breathing it in, that can cause the body to produce a lot of mucus because the body is trying to protect itself from the chemicals that you're breathing in by producing a lot of mucus to line the walls of the stomach, right? So the body is protecting itself by producing mucus. So that's, the body is an entity by itself. Okay, it has a. I'm telling you, the body knows how to protect itself now. So that's one way the body reacts to something that's attacking it from the outside, which is whatever you're inhaling. It's going to produce a lot of mucus to try and protect itself. So that's one way. That's one way, right? But one of the main cause of excessive amount of mucus in the body is the food that you are eating. Your dairy, your eggs. Yes, eggs produce a lot of mucus in the body. Eggs, your milk and cheese, your bread product, all of the junk food and processed food and fast food and all of this, stuff that has never, it's just been sitting on the shelf, just been sitting on the shelf for years. You don't know how long it's been sitting in their warehouse, right? All the processed stuff and a lot of meat, excessive amount of meat every day, morning, noon, and night, meat. These are the things that are producing an excessive amount of mucus in your body, which is causing the body to have a lot of inflammation, which is triggering your asthma. So when I say that asthma is a choice, I'm telling you it's a choice. It's a choice because you can get rid of it. You can get rid of asthma by stop ingesting the things that are causing it. And if you work around a lot of chemicals, I understand if you're, you know what I mean? If you have a job where you can't avoid the chemicals, then hey, that's a bit of a difficulty there. You might want to look for another job, but if you can't, you might want to constantly, do some flush, do some cleanse, you know what I mean, regularly, to get some of that chemicals from the system, and try your best to get out of there. But the point I'm trying to make is, how many of you guys work around chemicals, really? You know what I mean? Seriously, how many of you can say that you work around chemicals every day? Not a lot. I mean, come on now, you know? Majority of people who are suffering from asthma, that is coming from their diet. Too much junk food, too much fast food, too much processed food. And that is what is creating the excessive amount of mucus in the body that is triggering your asthma. Okay. And so I'm hearing that this lady went to the hospital because she had asthma attack, and she was put with the patient who had the virus. And then she was labeled a corona patient, and so that's what's happening to Black people. And so that's why when you hear them talking about, Black people have the virus more than everybody else, that's not true. That's not true. We're the ones that are putting ourselves in harm's way, going into their hospital when you don't have to. You don't have to go to the hospital, man. If you're starting to listen, I introduced this to a lot of you guys, right? And I told you guys that you can go and make this. And a lot of you guys say, hey, I'd like to have that. I haven't gotten one phone call. But you know what? After this whole coronavirus situation started happening, right? The amount of emails and phone calls that I've gotten asking me about this right here, y'all ain't getting it. I'm sorry. Y'all are not getting it now. Okay. A couple months ago, when we were doing what were we doing? The parasite cleanse. I introduced this to y'all. I told y'all that this right here is good for the respiratory system. At that time, the coronavirus wasn't even in America yet. It was still over there in China, right? And I showed this on camera, and I said to y'all, this right here is one of the best thing for the respiratory system. Okay. This is something that I make for myself. Okay. Now, I said to you guys, if you have children in the home, if you have children who suffer from asthma, if you suffer from asthma, anybody in your circle that suffer from asthma, this is one of the best things that you can have in your home, so that person can get rid of, the wheezing and the coughing and the shortness of breath, right? And change the diet, and you will get rid of your symptoms, right? And I explained to y'all what this is, and a lot of people say, yeah, I'm going to call you. I need this, blah, 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 blah. Not one person called. Not one person asked me, how do I make that, right? But then right after this whole coronavirus hit, I can't tell you guys how many emails I've gotten about this, right? Too late. Too late. I'm here to tell you guys it's too late, because I'm not giving it away no more. I was willing to give you guys. I kid you not. I offered it to you guys for free. I offered it for you. I said, hit me up. Hit me up. Nobody did. But now I got I got so much emails. I got so much phone calls asking me for this, right? Let me tell y'all what's in here. If you don't know, look it up. There's an herb in here called golden seal, right? It is one of the most expensive herbs on the planet. $150 something a pound for this, for the cheapest place that I could find it, right? $150 a pound. I kid you the hell not. $150 something a pound. For golden seal, that's one of the herbs in there. Another herb in there is Echinacea root and leaves, right? You go anywhere right now, you can't even find Echinacea. You can't find it. Go online and see where you can find Echinacea. It's gone. Vanished. You can't find any of these things in here, right? And I have some other stuff in here, okay, including elderberries, right? Go try to find elderberries right now. See if you can find elderberries online. Just Google elderberries. If you do find it, See how much you're going to pay for a pound. $95 a pound, $100 and something a pound, $80 a pound. That's how much you're selling it for right now. And about a month and a half ago, I was giving y'all this shit for free. Excuse my language. I was, right? And now you're in my inbox. You're emailing me. You're calling my phone, asking me for this stuff. Y'all ain't getting it. Not now. Not now. Too late. Too late. No way. That's for me. I have a whole, listen, man, listen. See, and so the problem with our people, right? We don't know what preparation is. We don't understand preparation. We never prepare. We wait until shit hits the fan, and now we're running around like chicken with their head chopped off, running around. Oh my God, what do I do? Do you have this? Do I have that? Because we're never prepared. We're never prepared. If you have asthma, you wouldn't need to go to the hospital if you have this in your home. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. If you have asthma, you would not need the emergency room if you have this in your home. This right here. How do I know this? Well, I'm just a herb lady here, okay? I'm just a herb lady here. Not only did I suffer from asthma for years ago, but this is what I do. So I'm gonna tell you guys what's in it. Good luck finding it, okay? Golden seal root, echinacea root and leaves, some elderberries, and 100 to 150 proof vodka. That's what's in here. Yes, ma'am. Good luck finding vodka right now because a lot of the liquor stores are closed now. See? See? You can't even find liquor. Can't even find. This is a herbal tincture. This is listen. This is very potent. Okay, if you guys understand what the word potent mean, look it up. Poten. Okay, very potent. Sorry, potent. I'm spelling wrong and everything. Listen to me. This right here, very strong. It's stronger than the tea that you drink. When you steep the tea on the stove, right, and you drink it, when you boil the tea, this right here is way stronger than the tea. It's very strong and very potent. You can only take a little bit at a time, okay? A little bit at a time because it's very strong. And if you have if you have a child at home going through an asthma situation, or even if you are going through an asthma attack, right? You take a little bit of that, you drink it, right? A small teaspoon of this, right? And you will begin to see that your airways are starting to clear up, right? The wheezing begins to go away and you begins to start breathing properly again, okay? That's what this does for you, all right? And this will save you a trip to the emergency room. Now, if you can go find the herbs, get them and make it, all right? Now, if you don't know how to make a tincture, Google it. Google it. Google it. All right? Research. Educate yourself. But you need these things in your home and stay out of these hospitals. Stay out of these hospitals. I want to say something else. If you have a lot of mucus in the lung, okay? I want to say this. If you have a lot of mucus in the lung, all right? If you have a cough and you're coughing up a lot of mucus, stay away from this. See this right here? This is Cmos, right? That's Cmos. Stay away from stuff like Cmos because what Cmos does is it helps to moisten the lung tissue, right? If you have a lot of moisture in the lung already, like a lot of mucus, you want to stay away from anything else that is going to continue to cause that issue. So stay away from Cmos. If you have a lot of mucus in the lung, this is what you want to do. Okay, I'm just trying to show you guys something. These things: your ginger, your garlic, your onion. Throw them in your blender. Try not to use too much of these two right here because they're very strong, okay? Try to use about a half of this and a couple of cloves of the garlic, okay? And a nice chunk of ginger. throw them in your blender with some water, some nice warm water, blend it up, strain it, and drink a couple of tablespoons every 45 to an hour, every hour, right? If you have a lot of mucus in the lung. Now, if you have dry cough, listen to me carefully. If you have a dry cough where you're not coughing up any mucus, it's just this dry, consistent cough, right? Now, that's when you want to use this. For those of you who have a dry cough, that's when you want to use this, because what this does is it helps to moisten the lung tissue. Okay, because you guys know when you have a dry cough, it's just annoying. There's no mucus coming up. It's just dry, and your throat is just dry, right? So what you want to do is take something like this to moisten the lung tissue. And you certainly do not want to be taking ginger when you have a dry cough. So now you have to understand the condition that you're dealing with here. Okay, there's different type of respiratory condition. Okay, and I have a video on this channel explaining that and showing you the type of herb that you need for different type of respiratory condition. Okay, so when you have a dry cough, you want to stay away from ginger, because ginger is going to contribute to the problem, because ginger is a heated herb. Okay, it's very hot. And the last thing you want is something to heat up your lung when you're already suffering from a dry cough. It's going to make your condition worse. So pay attention. If your cough is dry, a consistent dry cough, stay away from ginger. Drink a lot of room temperature water, a lot of tea, and a lot of this, okay? And a lot of soup. Make yourself a lot of vegetable soup, okay, and drink. And Cmos, all right? If you have to take a tablespoon of this throughout the day, just constantly taking it down, right? Okay? And there's an herb called marshmallow root. If you happen to have that in your home, or if you have access to marshmallow root, you can also take that marshmallow root. And slippery elm. I'm giving you, grab a pen, write it down. Slippery elm, Slippery ELM, slippery elm, marshmallow root, Cmos. If you're suffering from a dry cough, you want to take those throughout the day. It helps to moisten the lung tissue. This is Cmos. Somebody asked what's in the bag. It's Cmos. Okay? That's what you take if you're having a dry cough, a consistent dry cough. Stay away from the ginger and the garlic. They're going to make your especially the ginger, it's going to make your condition worse. Okay, so you have to know what condition you're having. All right, and definitely no cayenne pepper. That's going to make your condition worse. So stay away from the cayenne pepper. Now, if you happen to be having a wet condition of the lung, okay, wet condition of the lung, which meaning that you have a lot of moisture and a lot of mucus in the lung, these are the things that you want to grab, okay? Like cayenne pepper, right? The ginger, right? And the garlic, and so on and so forth. That helps to dry up, you know, the lung and get rid of the mucus, right? There you go. Okay. Um, keep those things in the house. Keep those things in the house. Do you have this in the house? If you do, that's wonderful. If you do, okay. Vitamin C. For those of you who, you know, don't have access to these things, right? These are oranges. The brother said these are GMO. Oh, Lord. Anyway, those are oranges, seeded oranges. Sorry, I don't have my knife in here. I would cut it for y'all and see and show you guys the seeds in that oranges. But if you don't have access to you know, fresh produce like that, buffered vitamin C. Make sure it says buffered on it. Okay. All right. The fresh produce stores still have these things in there. Hello? Okay. I'm just saying. Let me show you guys something else. Where is it? You guys see this right here? Let me show you guys what it is. That's a bag of what I call sorrel, right? There it is right here. Look at it. Jamaican Sorrow. You guys see that? Okay. That's what's in this bag, right? That's what's in this bag right here. Now, I'm urging you guys to go and look up the many benefits of this thing here, right here. I have lots of this and this thing right here. Okay? This is one of the best things for the respiratory and immune system. All right? You don't have to listen to me. Go look it up. Go look it up. Go do your own research. Go do your own research on this. I grew up on this stuff. Okay? That's why we were never really sick. I grew up on these things. Okay? This is called sorrel. 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 Just go to Google and Google Jamaican sorrel and see what you see there. Okay? One of the best herb. It's actually the flower of the plant. One of the best herb for the respiratory system and the immune system. The babies can have it. Everybody can have it. Grandma can have it. Okay? Everybody can have that. All right? Sorrel. If you don't know what it is, Google it. All right? Hold on. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Here it is right here. Hold on. I'm trying to. There we go. That's it right there. Okay? Now, you don't have to get it from me. You can get it wherever the heck you want to get it. But this is where it is. Okay? Let me put the link in the chat so you guys can go look at it. Now, why am I showing this to you guys? Why am I showing this to you guys? This is something that I'm constantly drinking. Constantly. Not every day, because it thins the blood a little. Okay? So you can't have it every day. All right? Maybe every other day. But sorrel is always in my house. My house is never without this thing here. I kid you not. You can ask my husband. Y'all know my husband. You can ask him. I'm constantly drinking sorrel. Constantly. I get it from Jamaica. My family ship it to me all the time. Okay? And that's exactly where, if you go to the website, that's where it comes from. Okay? I grew up on that stuff. One of the best things for the respiratory and immune system. And that's why me and my family constantly consume this thing right here. Okay? That and ginger. Let me tell you guys what I do with this stuff. You see these things right here? I throw these things in either my juicer or my blender. Yeah, onion and garlic, you're damn right. I throw them in there and I juice them or I blend them and I drink them. Okay? That's what I do. All right? I might add a little bit of sorrel in there, right? I might add some orange, some fresh orange juice on that, right? And I drink them throughout the day. That's how I protect myself, okay? With these things right here, okay? I switch it up every now and then. You understand what I'm saying? These things. Mom, daddy, keep these things in your home, man. Gather some herbs and keep them in your home and stay out of these hospitals. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's what I'm trying to just get in your head. Stay out of these hospitals. Put these things in your home and stay out of the hospital if you don't have to. Because 9 times out of 10, you're either leaving the hospital with a virus Or you're being sent home being told that you have a virus when you really don't have a virus, right? Or 9 times out of 10, you're not leaving the hospital at all. You're ending up in the morgue. That's what's happening to our people. They go to the hospital, fine, with a little respiratory condition, and next thing you know, they're in the morgue. And your children too. So what's my message today? Well, I have a lot of messages, but my message today is stay out of the goddamn hospital. Keep your kids out of the hospital. Stay at home and do for yourself. Let me tell you all something. This is a test, you know. Most is testing us right now, and a lot of us are not. We're not cut out for this. Okay. This is a time when you're supposed to be doing for yourself, man. Being self-sufficient. Learn to be self-sufficient. A lot of you sisters are calling yourself Proverb 31st woman and all this nonsense, and y'all don't even know what a Proverb 31st woman is. Because of some, as soon as panic sets in, you're all over the place. Just panicking. You know what I'm saying? What is a Proverb 31st woman? A lot of y'all don't know what that is. Just running around like chicken with their head shut off, cut off. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. You really think the Proverb 31st woman wouldn't have the necessities in her home to take care of her family? You really think so? That Proverb 31st woman in the book of Proverbs, right? Do you really think that woman don't have the basic in her home to take care? Did y'all read the scripture? Did y'all read Proverb 31st? Y'all read it, right? Go back and read it again. And let me know if that same woman wouldn't even have the basic necessities in her home to take care of herself, her children, and her husband. You tell me, huh? You think she would wait around until shit hits the fan? Now she's running around looking for stuff all over the place? No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. She'd be prepared. Damn right she would be prepared. She'd know exactly what to do. And she'd have some faith instead of running around panicking. I tell you that. She certainly would not be panicking. We got to examine ourselves here, man, as women and brothers too. Brothers too. A lot of brothers don't know what to do. You know what I mean? They got children and wife at home and they're clueless. They're clueless. They don't know what to do. You're supposed to be the protector of your home, but you don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. So this is, I'm not, this is for all of us. This is for all of us, husband and wife, man and woman. We got to stop. We got to take our mind off of the system. Now is the time to depend on ourselves. We should have been doing that a long time ago. Okay. A lot of you guys sit on this channel and watch me talk about all this health stuff all the time, and you sit there and you do nothing. I have people calling my phone now telling me, something is wrong. I said, well, do you have this in your home? No. Do you have that in your home? No. What do you have in your home? I have nothing. Really? Well, how long you been watching my channel? How long you been following me in my group? And you have nothing? And what do you expect me to do? I can't help you. I can't help you. You have absolutely nothing to help yourself with. What do you want me to do? Right? What happened if the post office gets shut down? I can't send you nothing. Right? Why don't you have something in your home to help with your children? Especially if you have young children in your home, it's your responsibility, man. Wake up. You should have the necessities in your home to take care of your family and yourself and stop going to these hospitals. That's the message I'm trying to bring here today. Stay out of these hospitals, man. If you, I mean, listen, I'm not saying that if you're really having an emergency, you shouldn't go to the hospital now. That ain't what I'm saying. Okay. If you're really having an emergency and you think you're dying, you gotta go, you gotta go do what you have to do. Okay. But what I'm saying is a little sniffles and cough and, oh, my throat is sore, or I lost my sense of taste, or whatever the case is, and you going to the emergency room for what? For what? So a lot of us are putting ourselves in harm's way. A lot of us are putting ourselves in harm's way, and we can't blame anybody else but ourselves. It is the lack of knowledge that is destroying our people. It's not no damn virus. There's no virus killing us. It's our lack of knowledge that is killing our people. Okay, I drive outside and I still see black people lined up at the goddamn fast food restaurant while wearing a goddamn mask. Huh? What? You're in Burger King, McDonald's, wearing a mask, right? You know what else I see? You know what else I see? I see black people go outside smoking, and the mask is pulled down underneath their chin, right? Right? They got the mask on, they pull it down, and they're smoking. What? Are you worried about a virus? Are you smoking? You're puffing away every 15 minutes. They come downstairs, they go outside, and they're puffing away. Are you worried about catching a virus? You're further messing up the respiratory system, but you're worried about a virus. Do you see how dumb our people are? Huh? And it doesn't matter what you're smoking. Weed, it doesn't matter. How you worried about your respiratory system and you out there puffing away? Meanwhile, your mask is pulled down below your chin. That don't even make any sense. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Hey, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. I'll answer them, and then I'm out of here. I can't. I just can't. I can't. Hey, while I'm here, okay, my husband have some hats left on his. He don't have a lot. Here we go. For those of you who like my husband's hat, all right. Okay. For those of you who like those hats, I'm gonna show you guys where you can go get them. Where is it? There we go. The name of the website is called wakeupjacob12.com. All right. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for those of you who want to support and get a couple of these hats. All right. There we go. Put the link in the chat. There's the link right. Website is called wakeupjacob12.com. All right. This is the one that I'm wearing for the sisters, okay, because it's pink. All right. Okay. Do y'all brothers and sisters have any question before I go? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say this, right? I am very sorry, but no, I cannot, for the life of me, I cannot give this to anyone right now. Okay. Y'all had your I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to be rude. Y'all had your chances, man. Okay. So I had to tell a lot of people, emailing me, inboxing me, calling my phone. Do you have any of that, golden seal? And they can make, no, sorry, too late. Too late. Sorry, no. When I had it and I offered it, nobody wanted it. Okay. Sorry. The answer is no. I'm, I'm come on now. If y'all go back, listen, go back to this channel. Also go to my husband channel, Maccabees TV, and watch the couple of last videos I did. I offered this. I offered it. I explained what it is. I explained. I even went. Listen to me. I even explained that a few months ago when I had some mold in this house from a leak. Okay, we had a big leak here. Something burst and there was water everywhere. Anyway, and so there was mold in the house, and you know, I was spraying some chemicals in here, and the chemical I inhale a lot of the chemicals in here. I'm sure you guys have heard me told this story a million times. I inhaled the damn chemicals that I was spraying, and a lot of it went into my lung, and I had a respiratory attack. And I went to work, and I had an attack there. Okay, and they were, you know, everybody was telling me to go to the hospital, go to the hospital, go to the hospital, and I did not go to the hospital. Everybody was telling me to go to the emergency room, and I took myself home that night. I don't know how I made it home because it was so bad. I was wheezing, coughing. I couldn't breathe. Man, listen. Anyway, I came home. I thought about driving, you know, I thought about coming home and asking my husband to drive me to the hospital. When I got home, I grabbed a bottle. I have another bottle over there, right? I grabbed the bottle, took a teaspoon, okay? And all it took was 10 to 15 seconds for my lung to begin to clear up, okay? I'm talking about having a full-on, full-blown respiratory attack where I could barely breathe. And not even 15 seconds later, okay, the wheezing stopped, okay? My chest was clearing up, all right? And I waited about 15 minutes and I took another teaspoon, okay? And that was it. I went to bed, woke up the next morning, took another shot, and that was it. You see what I'm saying? So had I not had this in my home, I would have ended up in the emergency room. I kid you not. I would have ended up in the emergency room if I didn't have this in my house. Saved me a huge hospital bill, okay? Saved me from going around spending hours and hours all night in the emergency. Because you know, when you go to the emergency room, you don't come out, okay? Hours later, right? And all I did was take a couple shots of this, and I was good to go. I was good to go. So when I tell you guys that these things work, I'm not asking you. And I'm not trying to sell y'all nothing, because I ain't trying to sell you this right now. Nope, this is all mine. What I'm trying to impart on you guys is to gather these things and make use of them in your home. Have them available so when you need it, it's there available for you, man. They work. I'm not asking you if they work. I'm telling you they work, for God's sake. When I get a sore, if I do happen to get a sore throat, that stuff is gone in 24 hours. 24 hours, it's gone. Just like that. I haven't had a sore throat in a long time, but if I do, I know exactly what to do. 24 hours, it's gone. Okay? How do I store it? This right here is stored in I usually store this in my closet, or somewhere really dark. You know what I mean? Make sure it's in somewhere dark. If you could cover it with something. So if somebody wants to know, no, you don't refrigerate it. This is not something you refrigerate. Okay? So some of you guys might just be coming in here. So how I make this, I'm going to teach you guys how I make this, because I'm not selling it. Okay, nobody's getting it. So how I make this, the stronger your this is alcohol in here. Okay, the stronger your alcohol, the stronger your tincture is going to be. Okay, I'll answer your question in a second, fireman. Okay, all right, so I use anywhere between 100 and 150 proof vodka in here. All right. And I have some herbs in here. So it's alcohol and herbs, right? So the stronger your your alcohol, the stronger your tincture is going to be. So I have, I think this one I have about 100 proof vodka in here. And so I put what I have in this particular, because I have a whole bunch of tinctures in my house, but in this particular tincture, this is something for my respiratory system. And so I have some golden seal herb in here, golden seal. I have echinacea. I have some elderberries in here, okay? Golden seal root, echinacea leaves, and some elderberries in here, okay? And this is something that I specifically use for my respiratory system. And so I pour the vodka on top of the herbs. I make sure you're using a glass mason jar, right? And you store this in a very dark place. And every couple of days or so, you want to go in there and shake it up, right? You want to go in there and shake it up a little, right? Just give it a couple of swigs because you want to make sure all your herbs are marinating with your alcohol, right? Want to make sure it's marinating. So you go in there every couple of days and you shake it up and you put it back, right? This is going to be ready depending on how strong your alcohol is. It'll be ready in about 3 to 6 weeks. Okay, this right here. All right, that's when you can start taking this. Okay. Someone else had another question about storing your ginger. What you can do is you can peel your ginger and freeze them. That's simple. Peel your ginger and freeze them. All right, just put them in the freezer until you're ready for them. Somebody wants to know, what can you use for a tooth infection? Clove oil. I don't have my clove oil in front of me, but if you happen to have clove oil, sis, all right, clove oil, that's very good for tooth infection. Okay, clove oil. Just take the bottle, right, and depending on where the tooth is, you might want to use one of those little droppers and squeeze it on the tooth. That'll help you with the tooth infection. I'm pregnant with twins, so is anything else to try without alcohol? Well, see, I don't like to tell pregnant women to take, because I don't know what medical condition you're suffering from, and I don't want to give you anything that's going to complicate your pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to say Sister Malika told me to take something and now my babies are in jeopardy. You understand what I'm saying? So liability here, liability. Okay. For pregnant women, I personally just tell a pregnant woman to drink some red raspberry. It's the only herb that I would suggest, other than mint tea, like peppermint tea or a little bit of lemongrass. Red raspberry leaf is what I usually tell pregnant women to drink, because that helps to strengthen the uterus. Okay, red raspberry leaf is safe for pregnant women. Don't drink too much. Maybe 1 or 2 cups a day. Okay, but I won't recommend anything else to you. All right. Okay. Red raspberry leaves. See, if you don't have that already, you can find it online. What's the shelf life on herbs? If you keep your herbs in a tight seal container, if they're not wet, okay, make sure your herbs are not wet. Your herbs will last for a couple of years. All right, a couple of years. So make sure they're kept in a safe. Make sure you don't get any water on them, so they start growing mold and stuff like that. You can even keep your dried herbs in a glass container like this. You know what I mean? Or stuff like this, package like this. Make sure you have the seal. It's sealed right here. You know what I mean? And your herbs are dried. You can keep herbs for a couple of years in there. All right. Uh, any more question? Sorry, guys. I'm reading your comments. Okay, I have a I'm sorry, there was a question about lymphoma. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? My mom had that, and she cleaned it up. VB. I don't know if you're a female or a male. A couple of months ago, my mom had that, and I can tell you what she did. Um, she did a couple of cleanse. She took some herbs and she changed, she cut out the fatty food and it went away. Um, I mean, it's not cancer. It's not cancerous. I hope you're not worried that it's cancer, you know. Um, but I'm just telling you what my mom did because she had one of them on her arm and it went away. How do I use nettle leaf for hair? You put it in your body, honey. You ingest it. If you want to take care of anything on the body, like your nails, your skin, your hair, you got to take care of the inside because all of these things are growing from the inside, right? Your hair grows from the inside. So if you want healthy hair, you got to take care of the inside. So there is going to help you with healthy everything, right? So it's not just nettle. But what you can do is you just boil the nettle into a tea, and you can use that as a leave-in on your hair. Just spray it as a leave-in on your hair. It helps to strengthen the hair. Okay, so hope that helps. Just steep the herb, the nettle leaf, right? Just steep it and spray it on your hair, and leave it in. Don't wash it out. Just leave it in. Okay. How do I shrink fibroids? It really depends on how big your fibroids are. I remember one sister said hers was 6 centimeters, and when she began the protocol that I put her on, she came back a few months later and said they shrunk to a 5 centimeters. So it really depends on if you have very large fibroids, you might want to get them taken out. Okay. And don't let them take out your womb, girl. Don't let them take out your womb. All right. Fibroids can be shrunken. You can get rid of fibroids if they're not too big and causing complications. Okay. Um, but I have a video on this channel where I went over uterine fibroids and PCOS, right? And ovarian cyst. If you go click on this channel, Sisters of the Maccabees, and scroll down, you'll see a couple of videos there that I did on fibroids. All right. There are herbs that shrink fibroids. Okay. Herbs like red clover. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can find the videos for you guys. See if I can find a video for you. Okay. Give me 1 second, guy. See if I can find that video and share it with you. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm about to share my screen. A lot of Black women is suffering from that fibroid. So here's a video that I did. It's called Fixing PCOS and Uterine Fibroid. All right. I'm going to copy and paste the link into the chat. In 1 second. me 1 second. Here we go. I'm posting the link in the chat there. All right. There are herbs that helps to shrink the fibroid based on, the size of the fibroids. Okay. And one of the main herb that helps to fix uterine fibroids is a herb called Vitex chase tree berries. Okay. The botanical name for it is Vitex. All right. Because fibroids is caused by many things, but it means that your whole entire endocrine system is completely thrown off and unhealthy and out of whack. Okay, you're suffering from um, you know hormonal issues. You have things growing on your uterus that's not supposed to be there because of your diet, okay, because of what you're eating, the excessive amount of synthetic estrogen, okay, that is coming from your milk, your cheese, your dairy, all your dairy product, your meat product, all the chicken that is being fed all this synthetic estrogen, all right, all the meat, okay, and a lot of other things. Your birth control, if you've ever been on birth control contains a lot of synthetic estrogen. A lot, they say the black woman womb is the most endangered, and that's what I believe, man. Your womb, our womb is endangered, especially in this country, but all over the world. Okay, our womb is endangered, man. It's being attacked from all angles. The uterine fibroids and PCOS. Um, we suffer the most from this stuff. But anyway, go ahead, sis, and watch that video. I just shared a link, okay? And there are some herbs mentioned there in that video. And let me just go ahead and share my screen again, and I'll show you where you can go to find those herbs. Here is a herbal formula for anybody that's suffering from uterine fibroid and PCOS. Let's scroll down here for a minute. Here we go. PCOS, fibroid, ovarian cyst, reproductive blend. All right. And a lot of herbs are in here, including Vitex berries, which is a chase tree berries, red clover, shepherd's purse, red raspberry leaf, Romania root, donquey root, saw palmetto, nettle. Okay. All of those things are included in there. And if you don't understand how these herbs work to get the system back together, these herbs helps to eliminate the hormonal issue that you're suffering from. Okay, a lot of those herbs help to alleviate a lot of the bleeding that you're having as a result of PCOS. All right. So those herbs also help to shrink the growth, those fibroid growth that you have sitting on your uterus. Those herbs help to shrink them. Okay. All right. They help to balance back the endocrine system. All right. That's why there's so many herbs in there. Okay. My email. I'm going to type my email in the chat. Here's my email. But you guys will get me better if you call my 1-800 number. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put my number in the chat here, okay? You'll reach me. You have a better chance of reaching me on this number. There's my number there. I'm going to, there it is. Okay. All right. Somebody wants to know, what is the measurement of the herbs that I have in a jar here? Okay, so you guys are, oh no, wait, wrong jar, wrong jar. This right here. My main herb here is my echinacea, right? That's my main herb in here. Okay, so I put more of that, and then I put the second main herb that I have in here are the elderberries, and then because golden seal is so expensive, okay, I think I have about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the golden seal in here. Okay. Yeah. So how I make this, I put about a 3/4 of this jar filled with the herbs, and then I cover it up with the alcohol. So that's pretty much how I make it. Can I take those herbs while breastfeeding? What herbs are you talking about? No, what herb are you talking about? Just me? I did not. I did have an operation for a very large ovarian cyst while I was pregnant. It's a couple of risks. I don't know. Okay. Oh, you mean the PCOS herbs? How young is the baby? Yeah. Yeah, you can take the herbs. You can take the herbs. Not in the tincture form though, in the tea form, okay? But you can, because the tincture have alcohol in them. Oh, okay. So yeah. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Uh, Kayla, what was your question, hon? What was your question? No, I did not see your question, Sister Kayla. Um, I didn't. Okay. If you guys don't have any more questions, I didn't really plan on going this long. I pretty much just come on here to tell you guys to stay the hell out of these hospitals. That's it. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. I don't know how we ended up here for this long. What's a good source of calcium beside dairy? Well, that is an awesome freaking question. Okay. I've been saying this for how long now? Let me not tell you, but show you. This right here is filled with calcium. Okay. The white man did a study, and their findings show that this right here, 1 cup of this has twice the amount of calcium as their fake cow's milk. Let me tell you guys something, right? Cow's milk does not, the cow milk that you find in the store today, there's no calcium in it at all, because it's been boiled and pasteurized and everything else. So what they do is, after they take your cow's milk, right, that nasty pussy stuff, and they boil it and pasteurize it, what they do is they take synthetic calcium and put back into the milk. And that's why they tell you, oh, it has calcium, but it's synthetic. And that's why Black women and women all over the world are coming down with uterine fibroids and PCOS, because we have synthetic, all of these synthetic calcium, synthetic iron, synthetic this, synthetic vitamin C, everything is synthetic. So all of these synthetic estrogen, all these synthetic whatever they're putting in the food is ending up in our bodies and messing with our reproductive system. Okay. This right here is filled with calcium. This right here is filled with magnesium. This right here is filled with iron. This right here is filled with magnesium. Go look up the go. Don't let me tell you. Uh, don't let me tell you. Okay, go look it up. Should you take Cmos every day? Should you do the same thing every day? Not necessarily. I don't take Cmos every day, and I have a whole bunch of it in my house because I don't feel like it every day. Some days I take Cmos, some days I'm eating something else. Nobody get up and eat the same exact. Who gets up and eat the same exact thing every day? Nobody does. And you know another thing? I see people taking Cmos in pills. Now, I'm not knocking your hustle. If that's a hustle for you, right? I'm not knocking anybody's hustle, right? If that's your hustle, go ahead with your hustle. But let me explain something to you guys. Cmos is a meal. It's breakfast. It's lunch. It's dinner, right? In my culture, where I'm from, back in the Caribbean, we've never heard of such a nonsense. This pill generation here that we have in America here, where you take a food item and you ground it up and put it in a tiny little pill and now you're taking it, it makes no sense. It's like if I want to have some pineapple, right? Am I going to go have some pineapple pills? Or am I going to go cut a piece of pineapple and enjoy a nice chunk of pineapple? You see what I'm saying? Like, I've never heard of somebody taking pill in, because these two things right here, they're food. Both of them are food. You see what I'm saying? I can have this for breakfast. This is a whole breakfast right here. And so is this. They're both breakfast. They're both lunch. So if I want a mango for breakfast, I'm not going to go have some mango pills. I'm going to have a bowl of mango. So why are people taking Cmos pills? Can somebody tell me why? Please. Because Cmos should be ingested in large quantity. It's a meal. It's not something you just put in some little tiny pill and take. What does that do for you? I don't get it. But hey, listen, once again, I'm not knocking anybody's hustle, okay? I'm just letting y'all know that Cmos pills does absolutely nothing for you. If you're going to ingest Cmos, you need a good quantity amount to get the nutrients that's needed for the body. You need a bowl of it, a cup of it, a glass of it for breakfast or lunch, not a pill. Anyway, okie doke. I want to wean off my thyroid med. What concentrate? Okay. What kind of thyroid? Is it overactive or underactive? I quick tell. I hope I'm saying your name right. You said you want to wean off your thyroid medication. You have to let me know if it's overactive or underactive. Okay. I don't know. Is it over or underactive? If you don't tell me that, I can't help you. All right. Can't help you. Let me know if it's overactive or underactive. All right. Oh, Mrs. Thrower. Girl, I'm sorry, I'm just busy. I have so many things going on. I'm gonna try and make that available again for the hair. Okay. I'm trying. I've just been doing a lot of stuff. It once again, it depends on what type of thyroid problem the person is having. Okay. It depends on what type of thyroid issue the person is having. All right. If the thyroid is underactive, you want to have CMOS, okay, and or bladder It doesn't matter, okay. If the thyroid is underactive, if it's overactive, you want to do something else. Now, if you're suffering from overactive thyroid, I'm going to show you guys what you need to take. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Now, this is for overactive thyroid. There's different condition, okay? Overactive thyroid. This is for people with overactive thyroid problems, okay? Let's scroll down here. Where is it? There we go. If you're suffering from overactive thyroid, hopefully you guys are seeing my screen, okay? There are herbs for that. There's an herb called lemon balm. There's another herb called motherworth. And there's another herb called bogleweed, okay? And all of those herbs are in this one formula here. And this is the herb that you want to treat overactive thyroid. Let me share the link in the chat. So I don't know what it is that you're suffering from. I don't know if it's over or underactive. So here we go. I'm sharing it in the link. I'm going to share it in the link. There we go. Here's the link for that. That is for overactive thyroid. All right. If you have underactive thyroid, you want to take Cmos and bladderwrack. You need a lot of iodine. Okay. Okay. So once again, I don't know which one you're suffering from. All right. So I don't know. Okay. If you don't know what you're suffering from, you have to get tested. You have to go to your doctor and let them tell you whether it's overactive or underactive. I don't know that, and I don't want to tell you what to take, and you make it worse. All right. Okay. Okay. If you are suffering from overactive thyroid, you also want to take some B complex. Okay, a lot of B complex. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. If you guys don't have any more questions, I am out of here. Okay. I am out of here. No, I'm sorry, but I will not recommend anything for pregnant women. No, sir. I can't do it. If you're pregnant, come back to me when you're not pregnant. I will not be responsible. I won't be responsible for you taking any herbs, because I don't know what, if you're having any, I won't be responsible for you taking any herbs and causing any type of complication for your babies. So I will not tell you anything about herbs while you're pregnant. All right. Sorry. Um, okay. Donate. I'll put it in the chat. If you want to donate, it's $ Maccabees TV. All right. Or I can tell you guys where else you can donate to. And thank you for the thought. I really appreciate it. I thank you for that. You can come to this website here, and here's a donate button right here. That's my husband's website where he sells his hat. I actually put up a donate button there because people were asking us where where they can go to donate. So I actually added a donate button. So the website is wakeupjacob12.com. I'm gonna put the link to that in the chat. wakeupjacob12.com. Okay, let me go back here. Here it is right here. So you could just go to that website and donate. wakeupjacob12.com. That's the website. And thank you guys for even the thought. Months ago, before I go, I just want to say this. Months ago, I asked for a donation from everybody for $1 donation so I could put together herbs for the babies, and not one person participate. All right, not one person. All I asked for was $1. I said, donate $1 so I can gather some herbs and give it to, maybe single fathers or single mom who have children at home. You know, so I can gather the herbs and send them out to these people who might need the herbs for the babies and the elders and, those of our people who can't afford the herbs. And I just asked for one measly dollar from the people on this channel, and person, not one person responded. You see what I'm saying? Not one person, right? And so in my group on Facebook, right, I made a post a couple of I think last week, and I said I wanted to give away some herbs for the babies, right? I said, who want me to give some herbs to the babies? And a lot of people responded. I said, I'm going to give the herbs for free. You just have to pay for the shipping. And so many people wanted the free herbs. So many people. And it's just amazing. Everybody wants you to give for free, but nobody when you're trying to help your people, nobody respond. As soon as I say, hey, I'm going to give you something for free, everybody respond. But as soon as I ask for $1 to get some herbs to give to the babies and the elders, nobody respond. Nobody. So if we can't help each other, we got to help each other out. Got to help each other out, man. We got to help each other out. Anyway. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't want to be on here for too long. The Facebook. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll share that. Let me go to my screen and share that. My husband usually share it, but I guess I'll share it. This is the name of our group on Facebook. It's called Healthy Hebrews. Healthy Hebrews. Okay. After we created this group, I think a couple of other people went ahead and they create their own Healthy Hebrews, but this is the one and only Healthy Hebrews, okay? Because we created our group first. We have a few thousand people in here, all right? Shout out to the people who are in the group, behaving yourself, okay? But the group is called Healthy Hebrews, and this is the group where we come, you come and you ask questions. Everything is health related here, okay? There's no politics, there's no fake doctrines, there's none of that going on in here. It's just health related topics in this group, all right? Okay. If you guys come to the group, you'll see that I have posted my number for consultation, and I've also told people, let me say that again. Hold on, let me go back up here, right? So that's the name of the group. Now I'm going to go back to my screen. I told the people that I am doing consultation for free during this whole coronavirus crisis, right? I'm not charging for consultation. My consultation is free. That's my give back to the community, okay? Free consultation. I'm going to put the number in the chat again. Hold on. That's what I remembered. That's what I actually forgot to tell you guys. Okay, so we'll put my number back in the chat again. Okay. Here's my number. Here's my number right there. I'm giving away free consultation for anybody who need my help. All right. Now, if you haven't been diagnosed and you're having complications, I can't help you. I can't. Okay, you have to get a diagnosis first before I can help you. If you know what's wrong with you already, then I can help you. Okay. If you just come to me and say, I have a headache, I don't, whatever, we're not playing guessing games here, because I don't diagnose people. I don't have anything to diagnose you with. Okay. I don't have any equipment here. You see what I'm saying? I'm the herb person. All right. So you have to have a diagnosis so I can understand what's going on with you first. Okay. You have type 2 diabetes. That's a diagnosis. All right. But don't come to me with the guessing games. Don't come and say, oh, my sister's baby is sick, or my aunt's son is sick. What's wrong with him? I don't know. He's having it. That's a guess. I don't play guessing games. All right. So you got to let me know what's really going on with the patient before you call my phone. All right. Because we're not going to guess, because guess might get people killed. Okay. Um, do not call me at night, because people have been very disrespectful and calling my phone 11:30 at night. That's not cool, man. I mean, you're home with your family. Anywhere between 9 and 12, Monday to Fridays, okay, or on Saturdays. You can call me between 12 and 5 on Saturdays. All right. But don't call me at 9:30, 11:30 at night, guys. Thank you, Sister Akia. Thank you. Thank you for that donation. I appreciate it. Thank you. But so I'm, like I said, I'm giving away free consultation. If you have anything that's going on with you or the children or whatever, feel free to call me. Monday to Friday, from 9 a.m. to 12 in the afternoon. Okay, and you can call me on Saturdays. Anywhere between 11 and 5. Okay, in the daytime. Please don't call me after 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, come on now. If you're having an emergency, if it's an emergency, I can't help you. If you're really like, if it's, you know what I mean? If you're calling me at 11:30 at night, you're obviously having an emergency and I can't help you. If you're having an emergency, you got to go to the hospital. I can't help you at 11:30 at night. You know what I mean? Um, but give me a call. That's my number in the chat. You guys want me to put it in there again? I'll put it in there again. Let's go. Let me put it in there again. It's 888-936-3378. I don't even remember my own number. Okay, there we go. Okay, that is my consultation number. It is free during this whole Corona nonsense. It's free. You can call me. I'll try my best to help you with whatever questions you have. But for God's sake, be prepared with some stuff in your house. Because if you don't even have a simple thing as, and if let me tell you something, guys. If you can't find, where is it? 1 second. If you can't find raw ginger and raw turmeric, right? You can do the powder. Okay? See, that's the powder there. That's turmeric and ginger powder. It's still effective. All right. You can also find this on this website here. So for those of you who say you can't find ginger and turmeric and whatever else, it's right here. But if you can find the raw ginger, go out and get it, man. So here we go. Look, there we go. That's it right there. See? So if you're somewhere and you can't find the raw ginger, do what you can. Get yourself some ginger powder and turmeric powder, okay? Um, okay. All right. All right, guys. Somebody said there something about the bitters. Oh, you're talking about the parasite cleanse. It helped you, huh? Of course it did. Them bitter herbs are no joke. They're no joke. They're no joke. All right, so I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You know, I appreciate you for listening. Um, Thank you, Kia, for that donation. Thank you, guys. Yeah. I hope I'm saying your name right. Fireman. Yeah. WakeUpJacob12.com is where you go to find this hat. Okay. These hats right here. And for those of you who was asking about donation, you can donate there as well. What were you saying about the Cmos? Is it in stock? We okay. This is the last question I'm going to answer, and then I'm going to go. All right. So you guys know that we sell Cmos, right? And not on that website, on the other website. It's called. Let me show you guys where the Cmos usually is. Okay. I'm going to show you guys where it usually is. So this is where the Cmos usually is, but currently it's called JamaicaCmos.com, JamaicaCmos.com, right? Unfortunately, currently right now, we have a notice on the website about the coronavirus situation. And so we temporarily have to put a stop to the sale of Cmos because unfortunately, we got so bombarded with orders that it was difficult to fulfill all the orders together at the same people were complaining about not getting their order their tracking number on time because there was so many orders, and a lot of people don't understand. My sister and I are the one that running this Cmos thing, and she's in Jamaica, and she's the one person there that is gathering the Cmos, sometime drying the moss because she gets it fresh from the ocean. Okay. So she sometimes the fishermen will dry it for her, but if they don't have time to dry it, she has to go pick it up, dry it, right? Package it and put all the labels and stuff on it and send it. And so it's hard work for her, and she's the only one doing it, right? And so it would become so overwhelming for her to process all of these orders. So we really had to put a stop on the website in order for her to get out all of those orders that you know what I mean? Because people were just complaining that they weren't getting their tracking number. So yeah, so the Cmos, until we were finished packaging and shipping people's moss to them, it's gonna take a little maybe another week or so before we put the Cmos back up on the website, because it, like, my goodness, people was just going crazy over the Cmos. And so yeah, we had to put a little shutdown on it. We had to. Okay, I'm sorry for that, but we had to put a little shutdown on the moss because people was just going nuts for the moss. All right. So we'll let you guys know when the website is open up again. Thank you. I hope I'm saying your name, Katel. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry if I mess up your name. Okay, Katel. Thank you for that donation. So yeah, we do have Cmos. Okay, we do have Cmos available. Unfortunately, we will not be shipping out the Cmos unless we have completed all of the back orders that we have. All right, so that's the problem. We just have so much, Oh, Michael. Okay. Sorry, I'm messing up your name. Yeah, so we'll let you guys know. If you guys, we have a group on Facebook called Jamaican. Well, we changed the name of the group recently. We sell Jamaica Cmos. Okay, that's the name of the group. All right, we sell Jamaican Cmos. And so if you guys want to join the group, and that's where we usually make announcements in the group. But the moss will be available maybe in another week or so. It'll be back up on the website. All right. So you guys can stop harassing us for the moss. Okay. All right. So that's hopefully I've answered all of your question. All right. Give me a call. Okay. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for that donation. And Oh, y'all are tongue-tied over here. Kelsey? No, Kelsey. There you go. Kelsey. Thank you for that donation, Kelsey. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. I hope I didn't mess up your name. Do y'all have any more questions before I go? I'm about to go now. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. And just one last thing before I go, please, please, I'm serious. Please just stay out of the hospitals. If you're not dying, if you know you're not dying, don't go to the hospitals. You are targeted. This was the main topic of discussion that I wanted to just really drive home to you guys before I go. If you listen, we are targeted in these hospitals. I just want you guys to know that we're targeted there. Okay. So if you don't have to be in the hospital, for God's sake, please stay out of the hospital. Don't take your children to the hospital. Okay. We are being diagnosed with things that we don't have. Okay. We're being neglected in the hospitals. We're being given the virus in these hospitals. You guys saw what I just showed earlier. The testing kits have the virus in them. Okay. There are a lot of stuff going on. There are a lot of stuff going on. I'm telling you guys right now, if you don't have to go to the emergency room, stay away. That was the main point I wanted to drive home today. Stay away from the hospitals if you don't have to be there. For God's sake, if you're sick, okay, if you're feeling something coming on, right? Call me. Just give me a call. Just give me a call. How many, within the last couple of weeks, how many people from Jamaica that are living here in the United States that have gotten the virus, stayed home, took medicine that came from the earth? You guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys heard of the one respiratory therapist from Jamaica, right? Who got the virus. He didn't go to the hospital. He stayed home and took herbs and got better. Okay? Go look it up. There's another lady from New York City that came down with the virus because she works in a nursing home. She contracted it from one of her patients, right? And what did she do? She took herbs and she got better. She didn't go to the hospital and take drugs. So what I'm telling you guys, people from our Caribbean folks, your Caribbean brothers and sisters, those of who are coming down with the virus are taking it back to nature. They're healing themselves with these herbs. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Okay. It was in news. You can look it up. It's in the news. A couple of Jamaican folks came down with the virus and they went back to nature. And that's how they were able to get better. Get out of these hospitals, man. No, as of right now, we don't have any promo code. Maybe that's something we'll consider. We'll have to look into that and see how we can do that. But right now, we don't have any promo code for that website. I'm sorry. All right. So I'm sorry, guys. We've been on here for over 2 hours. I gotta go. I gotta go cook and do things. Okay. Love you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right. I really do appreciate it. Maybe I'll be back next week. We'll talk again. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Shalom.